Hey everyone, it's Andrew Warner, founder of Mixergy.com. Have you ever wondered whether you can continue to work but travel the world at the same time? I mean, just take your laptop, get internet access wherever country, whatever continent, whatever place in the world you are. Just plug in that laptop and get to work and see the world but be productive at the same time. Well, if you've considered it, then I've got the interview for you. It is with this man right here, Kareem Mayan. I call him the Nomad. In fact, he says himself, he is a business nomad. He's a guy who has been traveling the world while working. Where exactly has he been? Well, all over. I'll give you a few examples. He was in Vancouver when he and I did the interview, and we talked on the phone. Today, the day that I'm recording this video for you, he is in Cape Town. Just before that, he was in Antarctica. Before that, he was in Buenos Aires, or was it Buenos Aires then Antarctica? I can't keep track of them. There's so many different places, and by the time you see this video, who knows where he'll be. So, what I learned from the interview? Well, I did push him to find out whether he really could be productive while doing all this traveling, and yes, he can get work done, he says. I asked him about whether he can build a legacy business, you know, a business that outlasts him and outlasts you and me while he's traveling, and I'm not so sure that you can do that, but listen to the interview. If you're somebody who's been considering doing this, I think you'll learn a lot from Kareem's story. He'll tell you how he used to work for Fox Interactive here in southern Los Angeles, started his own internet company that got funding, good, strong company, but decided, you know what, he has this vision for himself to travel the world, to actually not just imagine that he's going to do it, but get out there and do it. And if you listen to the interview, you'll hear how he did it. But I want to give you some value here by summarizing some of the tools that he told me helped him do all this traveling and still stay connected. So if you're thinking of doing this, here are the tools that you should have when you take this trip and keep working. All right, first, make sure you've got the right bank. Kareem made the mistake of having a small local bank account, or at least a bank that wasn't international and too local for him to have access to when he was traveling. So he was in a foreign country, tried to get money out of the bank account, realized that there were severe caps on him, and found himself really struggling to get enough cash out. Make sure you have an international bank, and he suggests that you look into HSBC as an international bank, HSBC. Next, Earth Class Mail. You need to get mail, right, for work? Well, if you have it all delivered to Earth Class Mail, where you need to have an account, obviously, to get your mail delivered there, Earth Class Mail will take your mail, they'll scan it into their system, and then you can just log into your computer, again, wherever you are in the world, and you can see your mail, and you can decide whether you want to print it out, whether you want to just have them shred it, whether you want to look at it on the computer screen and print it out from wherever you are. Earth Class Mail is a tool that Kareem uses, and sounds like a great tool for anyone who's traveling. Next, backup. You and I both know that we need to back up our information, but if you're going to travel, this becomes even more important, especially if you want to keep working. And what Kareem does is he carries a small hard drive with him, which gives him a quick local backup that's comprehensive. And he also has an online backup system called Mozy. I've linked up to all these services in the post that goes along with this video. He uses Mozy to back up into the internet. So if he loses everything, at least the internet has a backup copy of what of his work. Next. Earphones. Loud world, you're going to go to all kinds of crowded, loud environments. If you want to keep working and have some personal quiet and sanity, he recommends noise-canceling earphones. Are going to be very important to you. I've got a link to the ones that he uses, but you know there's several out there on the market. Make sure that you've got something that you could wear in your ears that will quiet the environment down so that you can get focused and have your own space. Next, mini router. He swears by this. What does this do? Well, you know how sometimes there's wireless access, Wi-Fi works, but not so well? What his mini router does is amplifies that Wi-Fi so that he has better access to the internet from more remote places. It also, if there's just a wired access to the internet and he doesn't want to stay connected to a tether to the wall, his router will make that wired access into wireless. Basically, it means that he has an easier time getting internet access with his computer. And I've got, again, a link to the router that he uses, so if you're traveling, you might want the same one that he has. Next. Unlock GSM phone. You want to make sure that you have GSM phone because that's the kind of system that most of the world is on, and you want to make sure that it's unlocked so that you can have it work with whatever phone system is active in the city that you happen to be in. So unlock GSM phone, and I think he says in the interview that T-Mobile in the U.S., T-Mobile has this, and if you're living outside the U.S., you're going to have a much easier time finding an unlocked GSM phone, but you need this. He also uses Skype, and he and I have talked on Skype, which you already know about, so I won't get into details. Finally, power strip. You ever go to the airport and find that there's just not a single empty power slot, a power outlet for you to plug your computer into because everyone's using it? Well, with the power strip that he carries around with him, it means that he can plug into the wall, that he can take someone else out of the wall, plug his power strip in, and then plug other people into that power strip and himself too. I hope I explained that well. Well, it's also what's great about his power strip, and he likes it so much that he made sure to send me a link to it, which I included in this post. What he likes about his power strip is that it's small and it goes with him everywhere. He is traveling, he told me this in the interview, he is traveling with very little, just a backpack worth of stuff. And I saw his backpack when he left here from Southern California, where he started this journey around the world. And I saw it's a really tiny backpack. Very impressive that he can do this and still stay connected. I have seen him. I've seen him online. I've exchanged emails with him. He's one of the fastest responders to email ever. Okay, one last thing. I'm going to include, I don't know where he is in the world, obviously, by the time that you check this, but I got to believe that when you're traveling around the world and you're by yourself trying to figure things out, even if you've got some friends, a slice of home would be nice. A slice of being connected to the tech community would be great. I've got a link so that you can tweet out to him, so you can send him a message to say, hey, Kareem, where are you, what are you up to, let's say hi. I think it'd be great if everyone here on Mixergy just clicked that link and said hi to Kareem, again, wherever he is. Great guy, great for you to get to know and meet. Download the interview, say hi to Kareem, and of course, come out to a Mixergy event. I'd love to meet you in person. I'm Andrew Warner.